Have you ever wanted to say something, but chose to stay silent instead? Not out of fear, but out of wisdom? This is the story of Adil, a restaurant waiter, who learned that silence can be more powerful than speech. And that one quiet moment changed his entire life. Adil worked at a noisy roadside diner in Karachi, the kind of place where orders were yelled and tips were rare. He'd been there for 6 years. He served tea to businessmen, lunch to drivers, and dinner to the tired. No one cared who he was, just that he was fast. One day, a customer screamed at him, "You forgot the extra sugar, are you deaf?" Adil didn't answer. He didn't argue. He just smiled and brought the sugar. The other waiters mocked him. "You should have said something, Adil. You let him insult you." But Adil simply said, "I didn't lose anything by staying silent." But he did, his respect. Adil had a strange habit. He listened. When others shouted, he listened. When others argued, he stayed quiet. When the world rushed, he slowed down. At night, while the others laughed or scrolled their phones, Adil sat behind the counter with a small notebook. He'd write down things he observed, how people behaved, what triggered them, what calmed them. He didn't know it then, but he was becoming a master of people. One day, a new customer walked in. Well-dressed, serious, rich, but angry. The man shouted at Adil for no reason. "Why is the table wet? Why is the fan slow?" Adil stayed calm. He cleaned the table, adjusted the fan, and smiled. The man stared. No reply? No attitude? Adil said, "I serve people, sir, not their anger." Silence again. That man was the owner of a hospitality company. He came back the next day, and the next. On the fourth day, he asked Adil, "Would you like to train new waiters in my hotel?" Within 6 months, Adil was managing customer relations at a 5-star hotel. Not because he had a degree, not because he shouted louder, but because he listened deeper. Adil trained staff to handle complaints without reaction. He taught them the art of silent service. He built a team, not of waiters, but of peacemakers. The man who once got yelled at was now teaching others how to stay calm in chaos. I love this story because in a world that rewards loud voices, sometimes the strongest thing you can do is say nothing. Adil didn't choose silence out of weakness. He chose it out of strength, and that strength became his superpower. So I ask you, have you ever stayed silent when you could have shouted? That might be your strongest moment. What's your Adil moment? Comment below and let the world know. Sometimes silence is the loudest answer.